Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Fancy Podcast on Fancy Football this evening, where I still have my co-host and my brother, Nonso Arinzeji. Nonso, how are you?
I'm doing good. Thank you very much. I hope you're safe out there because it's chaotic here in Nigeria. Trust me, really
So
chaotic. The
what's
protest
going on in Nigeria? What's going on? We heard about the protests, we heard about the hula baloo, people being shot left, right, center. But what's really going on in just 30 seconds?
simple. The roads are isolated. Everybody seems to be home. It's like a public holiday. There are no cars on the street, man. It's that bad. Everywhere they come to, some states have called for curfews. It's that bad, you know. The protest has begun after much plea by the government not to go ahead. They've gone ahead, and I tell you, they're not stopping anytime soon. In Abuja, it continued today. We are also continuing in some parts of the southeast and of course the southwest. So wait and see. But I tell you, the work is not going on as normal. I must tell you, as majority of shops and open offices are closed down as I
Serious?
speak to you for the past 2 days. Yeah.
This is massive. Okay, let's dive into what we have today. Let's look at a certain player that will be moving from Real Sociedad to your beloved club Arsenal, Mikel Moreno. Mikel Moreno, the guy that shattered the Germans' hearts in the quarterfinals of the recent Euros 2024 that was just played in Germany recently. Now, so I like this guy, but if you look at his antecedents as a player, he has struggled to get a place. Not until he joined Real Sociedad in
Yeah.
2018 that he got his place. I just label him as somebody that wasn't at his peak very, very early uh, that we expect as a player that wasn't at his peak. He peaked at the age of 27 thereabout to dominate that midfield for Real Sociedad, including him and Zubimendi. But if you let's look at what he has in his CV, where he has gone, where he has played, and people might think that he has not played in the Premier League before. But if you look at history within time, he played for Newcastle in 2017, where he joined them on loan, and that loan deal was made permanent that same year, a game by Newcastle. And he made 25 appearances for Newcastle, scoring just one goal. But let's look at where he was coming from the Osasuna Team B in 2014.
Yeah.
Also look at he was promoted to the main squad in 2015, and he was regularly playing at that time. Not until these guys came for him in Germany. February 2016, Borussia Dortmund came for him, played for the Borussia Dortmund, made his debut at that 2021 for Borussia Dortmund, made 8 appearances, and look at everything concerning him. I think there's a misrepresentation here of information there. But look at his CV and let's see where we can really rank him as a player.
A lot of people have brought this argument to the table, I'm happy that you brought it up in our discussion today. Some say he's a mid-card player in the sense that whenever he steps up to a big team, he does not perform. Asasuna wasn't that bad, moved up to Newcastle, struggled, and then was Dortmund, and he wasn't even at his best at Dortmund. And like you said, until he got into Real Sociedad before he hit his stride, I beg your pardon, and then hit his mojo and is playing his best of football. But some even argue that he looks like a late bloomer, after his sojourning from one place to another, including England. But one thing I love about football is about let's stick with what we got to get in his present performance, his present value.
Exactly.
As much as you would argue that yes, he seems to be a mid-team player, but which of the big team has really played in? By the time he was at Dortmund was not as big, as they were right now, So it was just more or less average teams he'd been played at. So, and he was, like you said, he upped his game at Real Sociedad with his past 2-3 seasons has been fantastic. He's been a major stay in that club, creating chances, defending well, and scoring goals. And his versatility as a player as well gives him an edge. Like he did, he can play as a defensive midfielder, he can play as a central midfielder, and he's got an eye for a pass. He may not be the most creative of all the players, but he's got an eye for a pass as well. For the Arsenal fans, when they lost Granit Xhaka last season to Bayer Leverkusen, I beg your pardon, there was this boy that was missing, and I kept saying that it was they sold him too early. Maybe after this season would have been the right time when they have gotten a perfect replacement for him. And to be sincere with you, I think Moreno brings this Xhaka vibe. Steel, power, and the boy can hit the ball. He's got this left foot that can hit the ball. He can also hit the ball from long distance as well. What Granit Xhaka brings once in a while to stun teams, especially Manchester United. Let me throw some jab. But it is what it is, man. I think exactly. He needs to. I think it brings that Xhaka feeling. Would he be able to do it at the top level? Because, like I said, he hasn't really played as a top team. That's the question to ask. But I must tell you, if he heads to Arsenal, which we hear is getting to, he'll be working under a manager that first of all understands his language, understand the Spanish philosophy, and really do want him to be part of his project. So, 28 or whatever you call it, man, the man is not here to play all his life at all. Maybe his prime, 3-4 top class season, and he's done. So for me, I'm really happy. I think it's a bromance. Maybe not made in heaven yet, but it's something that can work. There's light there at the end of the tunnel. So he hits the mark for me. He just looks like a perfect replacement for Granit Xhaka, who left for Leverkusen last season.
Okay. If you look at him as a player, I think they will say he hasn't. When we talk about experience, they will say he hasn't won anything. But if you look at him as a player, he has won the Copa del Rey with Real Sociedad, and also to crown it all, he has also he won the Euro, and which shows that he will bring a lot of experience into the team. So, what are Arsenal expecting from Mikel Merino?
Apart from the fact that he has not won so many titles, let's be sincere, he has not won many titles, guys. But the fact that he has played so many games means he's well traveled, he's vastly experienced. Played in different leagues, understand the torrid of playing in Europe as well, and it brings that that Spanish flair, that flair that has been missing in Arsenal's defense midfield since Xhaka left. Declan is more of grit and steel, the gutsy player. Thomas Partey is steel as well. Jorginho has got to lay pass. It's not the flair. He doesn't have that flair, like getting past players with ease. So he brings that Spanish philosophy, that Spanish style into the Arsenal's midfield. It may be a different option from what they've got already in the team. To me, that's what I see. And the fact that the boy can pass the ball, he can pass the ball. That's why, it was one of the reasons why I said if we'll go back to Joao Neves transfer show where we did say that if he had had his ability to pass the ball from range, Moreno has got passing from range. Moreno has got the ability to hold up the ball. If you notice something in the Spanish team, whenever they were winning games, they brought in Moreno because they wanted to keep possession. They wanted to hold the ball. They wanted to kill the game off. He's got the ability to drag the game when he wants to because he's very good with the ball. He rarely loses possession of the ball, and that's what you want from a midfielder. And you see, Arsenal have always found a way to, Arsenal have struggled for the past 2 seasons to drag victory over the line. He had done that in some games, would have won the league in the last 2 seasons. Maybe he's that player that we need whenever they need to secure a victory, come in there, do the dirty job, not play the prettiest of football, but drag them over the line. And then that X factor of creating long passes, moving the ball quickly, and then getting to the long pass to Bukayo Saka, and of course Martinelli, depending on who starts, get them free with those long passes like he did in the Euros. It could be dangerous for them. So I think for me, he brings that steel, he brings the ability to hold the ball, and it's a good carrier of the ball as well. So apart from him, maybe Declan Rice, who carries the ball a bit more, but because of the fact that the lack of players, he's playing a more conservative role. So I think Moreno will bring that flair, that ability to carry the ball from one place to another. I think it will be a very good inclusion to the team.
So where do you think he will fit into this Arsenal team now? With respect to, you have Declan Rice, and you have Jorginho in that midfield, and on the tip of the midfield you have Odegaard in the tip of that midfield. So who is going out from the midfield?
I think this is a difficult question, man. But right now, Arsenal will need all the players that they can get. It's a very difficult question. I must be sincere with you. The reason why Man City would win the league every day of the week and twice on Sunday is because they've got squad in depth. They've got players that can play different roles, different times. Don't forget, that's now we're playing in 4 competitions, the 3 competitions in England, the European Champions League. There'll be lots of games to play. There'll be a game every 2-3 days, and you need to chop and change and rest players. Madi can have the luxury of resting 7 players and still keeping the quality, of the team, keeping that fear factor in the team. Arsenal don't. And that was why, if you notice, I did say that the signing of Ricardo Calafiori was a fantastic signing because it gives Miguelis and, of course, William Saliba some off days. It's obvious it gives them some off days. Whether you say you play my left back, I don't care. At some point, you would have to rest one of them to allow him play as centre back and then play that Zinchenko or whoever he wants to play at left back, whether it is Kior, the Polish international. So for me, I think it's a big boost for Arsenal. First of all, it brings extra quality. When Arsenal change their player, there's a drop in quality. Look at the substitutes. When you're dropping Jesus for Nketiah, it's a nosedive. Let's be sincere with you. When you're getting Nis Nelson for either Martinelli, it's a nosedive. They must be able to bring in quality for quality. So, first of all, let Arsenal celebrate that if it do comes, it's added quality to that team. So, whenever you're chopping and changing, you keep, even if it's maybe not 100% equal, maybe 98%, maybe just a little percent, the quality remains almost the same. You get. Secondly, you all know my take on Jorginho and his ability to lose the ball in critical positions. My issue is not with Jorginho. I think he will displace Jorginho in that. Jorginho will be like a Rolls Royce or maybe a Lamborghini who comes when Arsenal winning games, to come hold up the ball, or when Arsenal are losing games, to come and be the man who can give those penetrating passes. The thing they'll pick, Jorginho will go to pick Jorginho's game. My threat now is Thomas Partey. If he stays, then that's where the part, because I know there's no how you're not starting a team without the Declan Rice and the Martin Odegaard. So the battle for that midfield will now become between Thomas Partey, who we all know is injury prone, and so it gives, like I say, give us an option. If he's out, there's a Moreno who just slots in seamlessly. So it's either Moreno or Thomas Partey who battle for that final midfield position, because I know Mikel Merino would likely not change from his 4-3 formation or his 3-5-2 formation when he's attacking. Defensively is 4-3-3. The attacking wise is 3-4-3. Where the midfielders come invertedly. He seems to love that style of football. Even sometimes when it doesn't pay off, he's very stubborn and adamant to play that way. So I think Merino and Thomas Partey will be able to fighting for that final slot in midfield, because there's no how you create an Arsenal team when there's no Declan Rice and a certain Martin Odegaard, the captain of the team in that squad.
Okay, finally, where is the room for improvement for this player, Moreno?
I think if you look back to his CV, you realize the room is there. His goal scoring abilities. He doesn't score much, man. And that's because that's the way he plays. He's not interested in helping you score goals. In his journey with Australia, he only had 3 goals. With Newcastle, how many goals did he have in 25 games?
Just one.
He's not exactly. So that is not his forte. He doesn't care. Even Thomas Partey.
But for Sociedad is 20 goals in 190 appearances. If you divide it by goal per match ratio, he's still not there, because he's a player that looks for the inroad for the strikers to score goals. That link-up play between him and the strikers and him and the number 8 is what he's always after. But I also think that. Yeah.
Go ahead.
So I also think that in terms of that later on into the. We saw how him and Danny Olmo combined very, very well with the later on into the 18-yard box.
Yeah.
It's so crucial. Even when matches are tight, you need people like him also. So that is where he could improve Arsenal going forward. When matches are tight, you need players like him to come and unlock those areas.
See, his major strength is his striking ability. He can hit the ball. I've watched him hit the ball from distance. I say due to that Granit Xhaka vibe. But sometimes like you said, you need some player to run in. Xhaka did that a lot. I think he matured with age. When he was getting older, he was beginning to run into the box. The feeling on scraps, coming like the Lampard of old, who just come from nowhere, bang. All these let's say these duels, all these ball that are all these little balls, turnovers, rebounds. He tends to have a go at. But Romero is too maybe under Arteta will give him more freedom to run into the box, have a go. I noticed that as all Arsenal midfielders are under Arteta, be given the license to have fun. I'm sincere with you. You see Jorginho score 1 or 2. You see Thomas Partey also try his luck at some point. You see,
Exactly.
Declan Rice carrying some crucial, especially in the early part of last season. So I think that like that's where he needs to improve on. Just is once in a while, and we know your job is defensively, but come on, when your team is in utter dominance, you need to help putting the shift into attacking wise. Being that man to run in when everybody have pulled in, you don't be the man to run in, maybe smacking 1 or 2, 3 goals to help your team in difficult situations. Because there are times where teams will pack the bus at Arsenal and they will need their midfielders to to push up a little bit and help the attack.
Okay, we'll say good luck to Moreno and Arsenal as he penned in this deal with the North London side very, very soon. He will be an Arsenal player. The deal has been agreed, £30 million between Real Sociedad and Arsenal. Personal terms will not be an issue for him going forward between him and the club.
Absolutely.
And we just want to see him in the Premier League, bombing and bossing in the midfield for us and the Premier League, hopefully this coming season. Like I said, let's look up let's subscribe. First of all, let's subscribe to Fancy Football, hit the notification bell, and let other things happen on for Fancy Football with your help. The next thing is that the 2024-2025 season will be in 16 days time. I'm not cutting it down. Will be in 16 days time, yes. And the prediction segment will soon be on. So we want fans to also be part of the prediction segment. Maybe we have also one of those fans out there to come to Fancy Football and challenge themselves on who will win now in terms of prediction. So it is on your court, the fans out there, our viewers out there, our listeners out there. The ball is on your court. If you're ready, you have a good internet, a good means of communicating with us, we are also ready for you. So Nonso is also ready for you as well. Thank you so much for being part of thank you so much for being part of the show, and thank you for those that will be watching this video as we upload it. Thank you so much. Nonso, see you next time.
Yeah. See you when we see you. Like, subscribe, and share. Very important. Let's keep numbers counting.
Yeah.